Radio Changalo, restoring everything in Christ with love and truth. Good afternoon with the main news. I'm Clara Singer. The headlines. Few people registering despite extension of voter registration. Stunted growth rampant in Wapula and northern provinces. Glasgow United coach Stephen Munster worried with his job. And now the news in detail. And kindly be informed that we're also streaming live on the Radio Changalo Facebook page. The 4-day extension of the voter registration exercise has resumed with few people in Kitwe district registering. A check conducted by Radio Changalo News Crew at the Civic Center, City Square, and Busakile Secondary School found only a few people obtaining the cards. And those spoken to said the move by ECZ to extend the process was good to enable them participate in the electoral process. Meanwhile, Chilawong West Kafue Ward Councillor Jean Darkham Twale has commended the Electoral Commission of Zambia for extending the voter registration exercise by 4 days. Ms. Mtwale feels the move is vital in capturing more would-be voters. She is now advising citizens to utilize the 4-day extension of the voter registration exercise to obtain the voters' cards.
Says that from the first 4 phases of the voter registration, which has seen us, registering a total number of 6,407,752. Actually, we're looking forward that the expected number is reached in this next 4 days. Therefore, my appeal to my fellow PF Patriotic Front members who are the structures, please let's wake up in numbers and let's mobilize our party so that a lot of people can register.
And Chefunabali aspiring candidate Professor Charles Mwapi says the 4-day voter registration exercise extension should be utilized by the electorate to vote leaders of their choice next year. The National Union of Miners and Allied Workers, NUMAO, has held its biannual conference with a call on all other trade unions to address the issue of multiplicity in the sector. In his opening speech, NUMAO President James Chansa says the division of membership has resulted in weakening the bargaining power. He wants all trade unions to come together and chart the way forward before they are rendered irrelevant.
Rescue. But of late, Zambia, and to be specific, the mining industry has been dumped into a place where anyone can come in the name of an expert and perform. We want to urge government to continue strengthening the measures that they have put in place and ensure that only genuine expatriates must be allowed. And even as they are allowed, they should not be here just for a period, and after that, they leave because we have learned the skills from them.
And Mr. Chan says that Zambians have become experts themselves, and like the case where jobs are being taken up by foreigners in the name of skills transfer. Speaking at the same event, NUMAO founding president Mundia Sikofele said he was dismayed that the trade union's voice is not as loud as it should be. The World Health Organization defines stunting as the impaired growth and development that children experience from poor nutrition, repeated infection, and inadequate psychosocial stimulation. According to the Zambia Nutrition Statistics of 1992 to 2018, stunting in Zambia is at 35%, with Luapula and northern provinces topping the list. In light of this, a district communication and advocacy technical working group has been formed with the mandate to coordinate and oversee communication and advocacy on nutrition interventions with an emphasis on stunting. This has been done by the National Food and Nutrition Commission NFNC under the umbrella of Scaling Up Nutrition Sun programs. Speaking when he officially opened the orientation program at the Kitwe District Health Office this morning, District Health Director Dr. George Mukupa said advocacy and communication play the important role of creating demand and building a consciousness about the importance of nutrition at all levels.
Seen significant strides in the government having recognized the far-reaching effects of malnutrition. The government also recognizes that undernutrition is complex and requires an integrated approach across various sectors, including health, HIV, social protection, food security, agriculture, education, water sanitation, media, and to involve the private sector, social society, civil society, and communities. When we talk of malnutrition, for instance, just for the group, because when you talk of malnutrition, most of the times we start relating to food.
Meanwhile, National Food Nutrition Commission Communications and Advocacy Specialist Expert Albert Barbara Ndlovu says going by the national prevalence rate, Zambia has been grappling with stunting over the years.
A person has got low height for their age, and Zambia has been grappling with stunting over the years. The national prevalence of stunting is at 35%, and the first 1,000 most critical days program therefore aims to reduce stunting in Zambia. The 1,000 days is a window period that is from conception to about 2 years of a child to address stunting, which is a chronic illness and is difficult to reverse after this window period, leading to poor early child development.
Catholic Diocese of Ndola Vicar General Father Christopher Chua has led scores of mourners in paying their last respects to Sister Maureen Nakamba, who is being put to rest in Chingola today. Father Chua this morning celebrated Requiem Mass for Sister Nakamba, who died in Livingstone on Monday. In his homily, Father Chua encouraged the Baptista sisters to remain strong after losing a number of their colleagues this year. He also paid tribute to the late Sister Nakamba.
To fall into despair, the way the disciples did, remember the words of Jesus, do not let your hearts be troubled. Indeed, our hearts are troubled because we've lost our sister. Our hearts are troubled because we never expected this to happen again, and so soon. Our hearts are troubled because Sister Maureen is no more. We are troubled about so many things when we are visited by death. Sister Maureen has died in the season of Advent. Good people die Advent or in Lent.
And some mourners remembered Sister Nakamba in various ways.
Night Peshamano. Sister Maureen bali abafyashi ba muntu yonse nimayo chintelelwe nimayo nankoko okufukatirya abana mu mapindo takwekyo okupatulula uyo ni nani. She was like my mother. She's the one who has made me to be like this. She used to tell me if I'm wrong.
May the soul of our Sister Maureen Nakamba rest in peace. In business, Zamtel has announced the launch of Green Thursday, a weekly customer reward program where it will cut prices on selected products and services every Thursdays of the week. Commencing today, December 17, 2020, Green Thursday will offer Zamtel customers a chance to enjoy the latest unlimited Facebook packages at a 50% discount. Green Thursday will carry different weekly offers aimed at appreciating customer loyalty with varied price cards on popular Zantel products and services. Announcing the initiative, Zantel Chief Executive Officer Sydney Mupeta said Green Thursday is another innovative way that the company is giving back to its customers, especially during this period of Christmas. Mr. Mupeta added that Green Thursday is planned to be a permanent feature that he hopes will excite existing and potential customers. In football, Quito United coach Stephen Mwansa has admitted that he fears for his job as Chingalika remains winless in the FASA Super Division. Quito United yesterday lost 2-0 to Nkana in Rusakili to remain bottom of the table with 4 points from 10 matches. In a post-match interview, Mwansa, commonly known as Coach Vines, said his fate remains in the hands of club management. He told journalists that Chingalika have a good team but are lacking tactical discipline. And Nkana assistant coach Kaunda Simonda said his side deserved to beat Kitwe United. This news broadcaster comes to you in the community service of Radio Ichengela with the compliments of Moose Milling and the Zambia Catholic University. And now the international news is monitored from the BBC. EU Chief Charles Michel and Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez are both self-isolating after coming into contact with Mr. Macron on Monday. France this week imposed an overnight curfew to help deal with soaring cases there. There have been 2 million confirmed cases in the country since the epidemic began, with more than 59,400 deaths, according to data from Johns Hopkins University. Some parts of Pennsylvania and New York are predicted to see as much as 2 feet of snow. The National Weather Service has warned of dangerous, if impossible, travel conditions and isolated power surges in most affected areas. 2 people had died in a crash involving dozens of cars in central Pennsylvania. Officials say they do not expect the storm to disrupt a COVID-19 vaccine distribution, which began in the U.S. on Monday. However, there were reports of some coronavirus testing centers in several states being temporarily closed. To end the main news, a reminder on stories that made headlines. Few people registering despite extension of the voter registration. Stunted growth rampant in Luapula and northern provinces. Quito United coach Stephen Mwansa worried with his job. And there we end the main news. Good afternoon.